When we ingest carbs, it travels along the digestive tract, where it gets broken down into glucose and other nutrients. Glucose gets absorbed in the stomach and small intestine and enters the bloodstream. When the glucose levels in the blood increase, the pancreas releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin is required for glucose uptake by the cell. Through a complex pathway, insulin instructs the cells to open their gates so that glucose can leave the bloodstream and go into the cells. This way, the blood glucose levels are restored to normal. The process where cells uptake glucose in response to insulin is called insulin sensitivity. Sometimes, the cells become insulin resistant due to certain factors. When the blood sugar levels are raised and insulin is secreted, the cells do not open their gates to let glucose in. Since high blood glucose levels trigger insulin secretion, more and more of it is released. The levels keep rising till the cells become responsive to it. Gradually, the pancreas reaches its maximum ability to produce insulin. This results in a spike in fasting sugar levels, eventually leading to type 2 diabetes. How does exercise influence insulin sensitivity? Exercising lowers blood sugar levels both via insulin-dependent and non-dependent mechanisms. Even without insulin, exercise regulates blood sugar levels. Muscle contraction during physical activity promotes glucose uptake by the skeletal muscles. Insulin sensitivity is increased both during and post-workout. Exercising appears to increase insulin sensitivity by boosting the levels of a glucose transporter protein called the GLUT4 protein. The glucose transporter GLUT4 is critical for skeletal muscle glucose uptake in response to insulin and exercise. According to a study, a single bout of exercise can increase insulin sensitivity for at least 16 hours post-exercise. While exercising largely benefits insulin sensitivity, the effects depend on a few factors. A single session of workout can improve insulin sensitivity up to 16 hours. However, after this window, the effects diminish. In order to have continued enhancement in insulin sensitivity, it is important to work out regularly. According to a randomized controlled study on obese adolescents, a combination of resistance and aerobic training yielded the best results in terms of increase in insulin sensitivity. Genetics is one of the biggest influencers of insulin sensitivity with exercise. The LIPC gene produces an enzyme called hepatic lipase. Hepatic lipase helps break down a type of fats called lipids. People with a certain type of this gene have higher levels of the hepatic lipase enzyme. This results in a better response to insulin sensitivity upon exercise. Another gene called the CRP gene also influences your insulin sensitivity. This gene produces the C-reactive protein or CRP. CRP is produced in the liver. CRP is released into the bloodstream when there's an inflammation caused as a part of immune responses. Insulin resistance and CRP levels are strongly correlated in adults. Higher levels of CRP are associated with increased insulin resistance. In a study conducted on men and women aged 50 to 75, the association between a form of the CRP gene called 732A, G and insulin sensitivity was studied. It was discovered that people with the G allele had 28% increased insulin sensitivity after exercise training. A simple genetic test can help you assess how exercise affects your insulin sensitivity. Most ancestry tests provide your DNA information in the form of a text file called the raw DNA data. This data may seem like Greek and Latin to you. We, at Xcode Life, can help you interpret this data. All you have to do is upload your raw data and order a gene fitness report. Xcode Life then analyzes your raw data in detail to provide you with comprehensive fitness analysis, including information on the insulin sensitivity regulating genes.